Hello folks, welcome to The Games We Played, a YouTube video series about fun...
About
about
the games
we played. About retro game, a YouTube video series about retro games, a YouTube retro game video series. A YouTube video
I'm
series.
gonna go get a slurp of drink.
Yeah. Hello folks, welcome to The Games We Played, a YouTube series where we explore the video games of yesteryear. I'm Andy.
I'm Dan.
And Dan is going to tell us all about Sonic the Hedgehog 2. We've got a copy of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 here. There we go. We actually have a legitimate Mega Drive cartridge, which we didn't buy specifically for this video.
I have a version of this.
You have a version of it?
Yeah, like an actual Mega Drive cartridge version of this, but it's in like a weird multi-pack, like you got 7 games on one cartridge kind of thing.
Did they do though? What, like legit ones on the Mega Drive?
I don't know how legit
I had a sketchy one on the Game Boy. One of those 50-in-1 cartridges.
No, well, it might have been one of those, but yeah, I don't know where it came from.
Okay.
I just like...
Why Sonic the Hedgehog 2?
Why not?
Why are we talking about Sonic the Hedgehog 2? Like, this is... When this goes out, this will be the first video on this channel, and we're like jumping immediately to Sonic 2. Why are we doing Sonic 2 and not Sonic 1?
So, right, number of reasons. Okay. Right, number one, it's the best Sonic game.
Yes, okay, that's fair.
Yep.
It is a good game.
Number two, it is the first Sonic game that I played on a Mega Drive that I had access to.
Right.
So I'd played the original
at
somebody's house.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah, this is great. This is banging. Yeah. Love Sonic the Hedgehog 1. But Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is just next level. Next level.
What is Sonic the Hedgehog 2 about?
You play Little Blue Hedgehog. He's called...
Is he called Sonic?
He might be called
Sonic. Is he
Sonic?
Called Sonic?
Yeah. He's got a really irritating friend.
Here.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. He's got a really irritating friend called Tails, or Miles Prowler.
Miles per hour.
Yeah.
Per hour.
I mean, that's
miles
pretty clever.
Per hour.
I love a good word.
What a pun. What a pun.
Absolutely. So he's basically trying to rescue all these animals because they've been kidnapped by this evil guy called Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah.
Who's, I think I described him in my notes as rotund. He's basically like a ball with a massive tash.
Yeah.
But he's like, I mean, obviously, looking at environmentalism and, animal conservation. It's like he's stealing these animals and using them for experiments.
So I did have a quick play on this, like, before the video. I mean, I enjoyed the Sonic games. I was always a bit more of a Mario guy. When and to be honest with you, as will come out in this series, I was never really a console player until I was out of my teens. I never had a console apart from a Game Boy until I was out of my teens. So I only ever really played Mario. Sonic was kind of like, I only ever played that when I went around other people's houses. But one of the things that did strike me about it is just that kind of environmentalist kind of message that there is, like when you're looking at some of the levels, like the power plants and stuff like that.
Like the industrial zone.
It's quite sort of striking as an older person. Oh yeah, that's what they're getting at with this, isn't it?
Yeah. And it was like the thing about Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is that I grew up on Mario, so I did play Mario, and I played Mario before I played Sonic. But Sonic's just like fast paced. It's just like so Mario's more linear and sort of slow and methodical and I love a good platformer. Right, love a platformer. But Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is literally like just go
off the pop.
Yeah.
But there is some exploration though, isn't there? The levels are actually a lot bigger than you think they are, and there's a lot more routes through them.
Yeah, you've got like 10 minutes or something in the level before you run out of time to like explore, and there is loads of stuff. But for me, it was just like you just go. I loved it.
Yeah, it's interesting because it almost encourages you to speed run these actually quite vast levels with lots of things, like you say, to explore. I don't think I'd ever realised you got 10 minutes of them.
Yeah,
I know you're on a clock. I think my brain
Sure,
always
it's 10 minutes.
my brain always went to like get to the end, quick as you
yeah,
can.
yeah.
Yeah,
We'll double check that timing.
yeah.
Sure,
Let's
it's 10
double
minutes.
check that.
Yeah.
I'll put it up on the screen as to whether we're wrong or not.
Yes,
So,
because this might
yeah.
happen. Because
We're
obviously, yeah,
We're
I
old.
don't remember stuff,
Yeah.
and I'm talking about a game that I first played a couple of years ago. But you see, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, when like I've done like a handful of like 24-hour game streams for charity over the years, but it was always the first game that I started
Right.
with because it like just was a bit of a warm up.
Right.
Because it's just like it's just one of my favourite games.
And it is cracking, and it is. I mean, what year did it come out?
91.
91. Have you got your notes?
Let me have a look at my notes. check my notes
We're very
because
prepared.
I'm not very good with dates for 92.
1992.
Yeah, which was what we obviously said before.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
absolutely don't edit around it. So. But no, like so 1992 because the original Sonic came out in 91.
Yes. Yeah.
And literally it was like I think 9-month development or something ridiculous like that. Which you look at games now, like I'm still waiting for Elder Scrolls.
I know, it's
like,
crazy.
You know.
I was looking at this recently, and this is a bit of a tangent, like kind of talking about like how long games take these days. And you look back at even like the last sort of generation and the generation before that. You know, look at something like the Uncharted series on PlayStation. Complete tangent, obviously nothing like Sonic, but the space between those games versus the space between like the current Naughty Dog games. You know, we've had like a million versions of The Last of Us and The Last of Us Part 2 on PlayStation 5. But we're actually not getting our first new Naughty Dog game until possibly next year.
Yeah, that's a bit nuts.
And that's ages. But you look at like, you know, like you said, Sonic 2 was like a 9-month development cycle. That's, you know, it's just kind of crazy in terms of sort of modern development and life cycle. And I bet the team was a fraction of the size of modern teams.
Like tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just a very different sort of console experience back then because you didn't have like updates.
No.
Like the game on the cartridge was the game.
It was what
on
you
the
got.
cartridge.
That was the game.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. But you could probably do it in about an hour. I think I could get from the start to the last level in probably just like an hour 15.
And that's doing
minutes.
none of the like the bonus levels that you get from
no,
like collecting so many rings.
Oh my! Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. The bonus levels.
Which were the bonus levels in 2? Were they the
It was the
running into the
third
tunnels?
person, yeah.
The tunnels. Yeah.
This is where my hatred and disdain for Miles Morales comes from, right? Because what you've got to do is to collect the Chaos Emeralds, right?
Yeah,
In the first Sonic,
Yeah.
it was just you, little ball, and you kind of like you
Yeah.
had to spin the world around.
Yes. Yeah.
So and it's brilliant. Right?
Yeah.
I loved it. Right. But the second one, you had like a target of rings you needed to collect,
Yes.
and you're just basically,
Yes.
and it was one of my first experiences of like almost like your third person running.
Yeah.
So you're running, you're collecting all these rings. The problem is, you collect rings and there's bombs on the sides and you have, like obstacles,
Yeah.
and if you hit them, you lose some coins, right? Now, I don't want to diss like early 90s gaming AI, but Miles
He doesn't
was
do a lot, does he?
slow.
Yeah.
So you'd be like, I'm going to dodge this. I might as well be like, oh, where are you? Bang, right? And then you lose some rings.
Oh, so you lost rings even if Tails got hit in by a bomb.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. I don't think I'd ever noticed that.
Yeah.
or
I mean, equally,
really-
he would collect them.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's annoying.
Yeah. But ignoring all of those, your current like sort of speed for start to end is probably about an hour, is it?
Yeah.
So,
Do you want to know what the Guinness World Record?
Go on.
Right. Okay.
what's
Now,
the
I've watched
hit me with a
this.
fact because we do like
Hit
some
me with
facts on this channel. Hit me with some facts.
Getting the tablet out, right? So,
Oh no, I'm not even going to look. I'm
You're
not
even
going to
gonna
read
look.
what you
yeah.
said.
So, according to the Guinness World Records,
Right, yeah.
right, and you can watch this on YouTube. I've watched
Okay.
it by a guy called Eandis, Eandis, Eandis.
Apologies for mangling any pronunciations of names.
But that's his channel name on YouTube.
Oh,
I think,
okay.
Right. So I can do it in an hour
Yeah.
ish. 12 minutes and 43 seconds.
What?
He did it in 20.
Is that using exploits or is
Oh,
that just
absolutely
Yeah.
using exploits.
Yeah.
Because there's out of all of it, there's one level that you cannot do any quicker,
Right.
and that is there's one, and this is how epic Sonic was, right? Because there's one where you're on an aircraft, where you're stood on it, and Miles is sort of flying this aircraft. That's obviously how you fly aircraft, right? But it's slow, and you can't do it any quicker.
Yeah.
So you're basically, the plane will go that way. You jump over stuff.
So it's kind of like a on rails kind of.
Yeah. And then you get on this massive airship,
right,
that Robotnik's got.
Okay.
And you go through that whole level, but you cannot. There's no exploits,
right? Because
it's literally you fall off the map, you're dead,
right?
Kind of thing. Yeah. But some of the other levels, there are weird things that you do. Certain positions you get in, certain ways that if you warp, you almost like fall through the map, kind of thing. So it's technically a speed run, but it's a sneaky. It's not like start to finish. It's like start, move back a bit, fall through the map. There I am at the end, kind of thing. So,
that's cool. I love stuff like that. I love kind of like sequence breaking and like some of the old Metroidvania sort of style games, like the old Metroids and Castlevanias, where you could kind of like skip to specific parts, like, and get late game items and stuff like that by exploiting things. And this going back to what you were saying, when you did just get the game on a cartridge like that, those are things that exist ad infinitum. They're never going to get patched out by the developers. They're always in there.
They're not. You don't have to download them. There's no like servers that will get shut down. It's like you just plug it in and go.
Yeah. So that you're always going to get the game, including stuff that breaks the game.
Yes. Yeah. And there's lots of things that break games.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like so speed wise, I just not even close.
No.
But there is, I don't know if you've seen online, but there is like a website where you can actually log speedrun.
That's pretty cool. What, just for all games?
All games, yeah. So, because there's a whole speedrun community. Yeah. I don't have that drive.
No.
I play games to enjoy.
I'd love to see people speedrun.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't think No.
Never going to be that good.
Although, several hours into a given game, I do get to a point where I'm like, I'm just going to speedrun this. In my own little way, which is normally just like, side quests, what are they? Straight to the main objective.
Yeah, I should really do that on Oblivion.
Yeah.
I'm playing on that because I'm basically like, ooh, side quest. Main quest? What's that?
Yeah.
I don't care about main quest. I want to be
don't worry
thief.
about that in Sonic.
I want to go murder people.
Sonic was just like...
In the game.
No, don't do that.
There's laws against that stuff.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. We don't support that kind of behaviour.
Not on this channel.
Please don't do that.
No. In games, totally fine. So,
give me another fact. Hit me with a fact.
Hit you with a fact, right? Okay. Do you know?
No.
Did you?
Well, I didn't until you're about to tell me.
Now, right? Okay. Okay. One of the things I love, right?
Okay, yeah.
Because it gives us a snapshot in time.
Okay.
Okay. What do you think was the highest-grossing film of 1992?
1992. Well, that was before Jurassic Park. That was a year before Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park was 93. 92. Oh God, I don't know.
Well, it also had, and I've written down, had a banging game. Not just
a banging game.
Banging game. It was
Aladdin.
Aladdin.
Wow. Now that is a good game. That is a good game. But SNES or Mega Drive version? They were both really different.
I played the Mega Drive version. Oh, that's the other thing that, like, obviously we'll talk about on some other games that had different consoles had different versions of the same game made by sometimes completely different teams. Yeah. Sometimes same team. Yeah.
I mean, Sonic had a couple of different versions across the Sega systems, didn't it? You had, obviously, the Mega Drive was like the main SKU, but then you did have versions for the Game Gear and the Master System as well, which were effectively their own games. Even though they were kind of technically ports of the Mega Drive version.
But I think was it Sonic and Knuckles where you could plug the old cartridges in?
Yes.
To put Knuckles into the game.
Yeah, and it would.
I think genius.
I think Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 did that, but I'm not sure Sonic 1 did it.
And I think we'll check that.
We'll check that.
So. And I've got one more fact.
Go on then, hit me with a fact.
Right. So my last fact for this game.
Yeah.
How quick do you think Sonic can run?
I mean, what are we basing this on?
I've got it in meters per second or miles per hour.
What, like Tails? How many tails can Sonic run?
How many tails can Sonic run? Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Just leaves Tails as a greasy little smear on Green Hill Zone.
So I've got two numbers for you.
Go on,
one
then.
is when he runs, just runs,
Yeah.
and the one is when he does his spin dash. So this was a new thing in Sonic 2.
Yeah.
Where you basically hold down, you hold the button, he goes, it spins round, and then goes.
Yeah.
Like only goes. So how quick do you think?
Oh,
It's slower than you probably think it is.
100?
Yeah,
miles per hour?
A lot slower than that.
It's a lot slower than that.
A lot slower.
Oh, go on then.
16 tails per hour.
16 tails per hour.
Yeah, or 7.13 meters per second. Somebody's actually worked that out, which
that's not as fast as
35 tails per hour.
When you look at like the adaptations, the cartoons and the films, they always kind of portray them as like almost like the Flash or something like that. But that's quite slow.
Yeah.
But obviously Sonic worked out between games.
He did, yeah. He kind of, just a treadmill. That's also when he's not rescuing, Green Hill Zone and stuff like that. He is just on a treadmill. It's just
getting
ready. I'm ready for Sonic 3 or Sonic Frontiers or whatever. Yeah. So
no, cool.
35 miles per hour or miles? No. Tails per hour. Forgot which metrics.
Tails per hour.
Yeah,
that's what we're using. Yeah.
So pretty cool.
Although if we're saying tails per hour, we're technically saying miles per hour per hour.
Yeah, that's. I've not had enough caffeine to deal with that in my brain, or enough sleep, or.
One last thing that I kind of want to touch on, which actually you mentioned with in the context of like the spin dash on Sonic 2, is another thing that kind of strikes me about the Sonic games and going to the Sonic games from like the Mario games is how simple they are as well. It's just D-pad and one button. Even though you've got 3 buttons on the Mega Drive controller, it's just a single button. There's jump, spin dash, everything's done off a single button. So they're actually despite the speed and the kind of complexity of the levels, I think they're probably an easier game to grasp than something like a Mario or something like that, because you're not thinking, I need to run, do I need to jump?
Yeah, the bit that I always found difficult with Mario's, and it's just because I'm not overly dexterous, or I wasn't. I'm still not overly dexterous. I'm not going to lie to you.
Age will do that.
Yeah. But what I kind of found is that when you with Mario. Like Mario 3, if you wanted to fly and stuff, there was like 2 button combinations that you had to hold one to run, hold one to jump, or like with the fireball and jumping, it was straightforward because it's not like you're trying to do a beat 'em up combination or anything like that. But it was just anybody could pick up Sonic. It's like a accessible.
Yeah.
But there's loads of irritating things about it. Like some of the levels are just like nails.
I mean, let's not forget the noise when you're underwater. When you're drowning. The countdown.
So upsetting. That's traumatizing.
And you're so far down.
You're like,
water.
I'm
gone. I'm done.
But it's when it counts down and you can see the bubbles, right? Because for anybody that's not played, right, like the Super Mario levels, when you're underwater, it's like basically Mario
just swim,
holds his breath infinitely, right?
He's a plumber, isn't he? He's used to water. Sonic's a hedgehog.
So, prerequisite for being a plumber, how long can you hold your breath
Absolutely.
for? Forever.
Just in case.
Sign up.
Just in case you're in a situation where you find yourself in a house full of water.
Yeah, because that's a regular occurrence.
That's a regular occurrence.
Plumbers, But with Sonic, because he's a hedgehog, hedgehogs can't swim.
Hedgehogs will die.
Hedgehogs will die if you put them in water. Please don't.
Don't put hedgehogs in water.
If you know somebody that does, call the police. But so across this level, and there were only like a handful of levels. There was like the Marble Zone? Not Marble.
What, Carol Danvers?
No, that close.
Yeah.
Marble. I want to call it Marble Arch, but that's in London.
That's in London,
Yeah, so it's like memories. There was the industrial kind of zone.
Yeah.
Like chemical plant. And then you had like this marble kind of zone. They were the only two really that I remember having water. But you had these bubbles, and what you do is you'd wait, and then this massive bubble would appear, and you'd jump at it, and Sonic would take a deep breath.
Oh yeah, it's kind of
and
like
then he could carry on running.
Yeah.
But then what you do is, because it was just designed sometimes to frustrate you, you'd see the bubble. And you'd be waiting, and the clock's ticking down, and you're like, "I'm going to get that," and then you'd jump and you'd miss it, and you're like, "I'm dead."
I'm dead now. Yeah.
But the thing that I found about Sonic is that, like, different to sort of, well, I suppose it's very similar to Mario. Is the way that like your health and lives work.
Yeah.
So basically, you start with 3 lives.
Yeah.
Like, if you get hit by something, you die. The way to stop that is you collect rings.
Yeah.
And then when you get hit by something, you ring explosion, and then you can collect some of that. You can get pills and cream for that, but yeah, or you can have like a force field.
Yeah.
But it was like one touch kill kind of thing.
Yeah.
But if you collected 100 rings in a level, you got an extra life. If you got a certain score when you completed
you find the little Sonic heads in the TVs, and the little
bonus
TVs.
The TV. They were brilliant.
Yeah, the little bonus TVs. Yeah,
little bonus, and some of those were hidden, some were like easily accessible. And then you built up your continues and you built up your extra lives that way. But once your lives and your continues were gone, doesn't matter where you were, that's it, it's done. It's all over. Start from scratch. And it didn't have, like, you couldn't save it.
No.
Which is one of the things like different now.
That kind of leads us into sort of like the last point is, where can you play Sonic the Hedgehog 2 these days?
I bought it on Xbox.
Can you still buy it on Xbox?
Yeah,
Actually buy a copy of it on Xbox?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So that's what I was playing on it for like live stream and stuff. So you can buy it. I think there's a couple of places online.
Because I know you can play it on the Switch and Switch 2, because if you've got the Nintendo Online, you get Mega Drive games as part of that. And I'm sure Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is part of that collection. But there used to be like a Mega Drive collection as well, which I've got on my Switch, which I think they've delisted now. But it had like Sonic and a bunch of other Mega Drive games in it, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. But I think one of the things obviously you mentioned about like the lives and the continues is that obviously a lot of modern games, including like ones that you can buy, which are effectively just running emulators under the hood, have got like save states and a lot of quality of life updates. So they are easier to play these games in 2026.
So much easier. Because there's some bits that are just frustrating. Some levels that are annoying, because there's a lot of levels that I love. I love the casino level. Like, there's one with fire and lava, and I'm like, that's brilliant, right? Yeah. And then there's like, there's one that I want to call it the Mystic Cave level, and it's just you're underground. And there's lots of hidden things. So there's like platforms that will come out almost like steps, but on one end there's spikes. And then there's these little glowworms, right? The absolute bane of my life, right? Little glowworms that will just move around really slowly, and you can kill them. Dead easy.
Yeah.
Unless they stop and just start flashing, and it doesn't matter.
Are they invincible then?
Invincible.
Yeah.
Cool. So you'd be like going at pace, right? And you'd just jump the wrong way.
And you're straight into a glowworm.
That's it. Yeah. So they're dead, or
they were games of their time. The challenge was in the fact that they were designed by masochists.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Just to upset people.
From Software taking notes from these kinds of games, from their games. I'm sure we'll come on to some of those
at some point.
Some
But yeah, it's just. But it is a really fun game.
Yeah, they are really good games, and I think they're still worth playing. I mean, visually they look fantastic. Those 16-bit pixel graphics are just so nice.
Well, it's just bright, colourful. And the whole idea behind Sonic and the reason why Sega went for him as like their almost mascot, their brand, because obviously Nintendo, Mario, until recently Xbox, Halo.
Who knows now?
We don't talk about that. But it was, platform games were very slow and straightforward.
Yeah.
Whereas Sonic was, it's just how quick can you
get to the end?
Across a Mega Drive, just back in system. Last fact.
Last fact.
Last
Go
fact.
on. Last one.
Where do you think Sonic the Hedgehog comes in, like, best-selling Mega Drive games?
I want to... What are we talking about? What, Sonic 2? The game
Sonic
we're talking about today?
Sonic 2, specifically. Where does it kind of sit in the top 10?
Want to say it's probably not the top one.
You'd be correct.
Third? Is it close?
Number two.
Number two. What's the best-selling Mega Drive game?
Sonic Hedgehog.
Is that because it was a pack-in?
Well, that was a pack-in as well.
Was it? Okay.
Because that's how I got it. Yeah, but yeah, it was. It was just a great game. Sonic.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll come to Sonic at some point in the future, but just not yet.
But that's Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Great game. Still easy to play on modern systems.
Yeah.
Well worth exploring if you're interested in games of that era. Yeah.
And we didn't even talk about the Death Egg or robots on it.
That's too much.
Giant robots. Like,
just like
we could
so
spend
much
all
stuff.
day.
Yeah.
All day talking.
Lots of stuff in this game. Lots of stuff to explore and discover, and it's well worth, I think, your time picking it up, playing the other Sonic games. You know, Sonic is still a franchise that's going strong today. I genuinely enjoyed Sonic Frontiers. We're not here to talk about it today, but I think it's an interesting game. It's not the best Sonic game. Sonic Generations is still the best modern Sonic game, I think.
I mean, we both know what the best Sonic game is.
Full stop.
Yeah.
Isn't that one? It's something like that one.
Hedgehog. Okay. Best Sonic game.
But modern Sonic game, Generations is really good.
Yeah, it's not Sonic Hedgehog.
Modern, no. We're talking about modern, not retro. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm obliged to say do like, share, comment and subscribe if you have enjoyed it. We are quite new to this, so the algorithm needs to know who we are. So any way that you can kind of help the algorithm learn a little bit more about us, we'd really appreciate it. You know, we've got a lot of video games to talk about on the channel.
We do.
And I hope you're going to hang around for those. But for now, go and check out Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and we will see you on the next video.
See you later, peeps.